All right, Lux Karma. So, Lux and Karma are two champions that I believe in time before myself on Runeterra, these champions saw a little bit of play together before they had their cost increase. So Lux and Karma technically have a little bit of synergy together. So Lux says, when I see you cast 6+ mana worth of spells, level me up and create a Final Spark in hand, and Final Sparks help you blast things. Karma synergizes with Lux in a couple ways when she's leveled. So when you're enlightened, Karma levels up. And then Karma's leveled mode says, whenever you play a spell, cast it again with the same target. So Karma recasting a spell counts as playing a spell with that mana cost twice for Lux. So for example, if you play a 3 mana spell with Karma and Lux in play, your Lux is going to get 6 mana total worth of spells to that one 3 mana spell. Or if you play a Remembrance with Lux and Karma in play, you're going to get 2 6 mana spells. Karma also, in addition to helping you generate Final Sparks, Karma also doubles the Final Sparks themselves. So in addition to Karma making Final Sparks easier to generate, Karma also makes your Final Sparks more effective and more deadly. Now, the rest of this deck, there's a lot of different ways you could build the supporting core around it. We've got a few cheap units here in River Shaper and Tasty Treefolk to hold the board down. We've got some cards like Blinding Assault and Succession, which are spells that generate units, so notably they work well with Karma and Lux. We've got Vanguard Sergeant, which on the surface looks like a strange inclusion in a more controlling deck like this, but this is notably just a 3/3 for 3 that generates us a 6 mana spell. So on occasion, this 4 Demacia is going to let us punch through for like lethal damage or like defend a board state nicely. But in general, this is just a cheap unit that plays to the board that also synergizes okay with Lux and Karma. If a Final Spark kills the target, the second one do nothing unless fizzle. It does 4 to the opponent's face, Glur, which is great. Yeah, the copy is just decimated. The first copy kills it. The rest of the deck is interaction like Concerted Strike, Deny, Concussive Palm. I've got a cheeky Mina Swiftfoot here at the top end of the curve for the Feel the Rush decks. I've got some Deep Meditation for some card advantage. So let's go ahead and dive into some games here with this one and see how it feels. Right. Twisted Fate, Elise, Gangplank. So 3 Twisted Fate, 2 Elise, 1 Gangplank on their champion breakdown. Almost assuredly the Go Hard control deck. I think you're just keeping my 3/3 for 3 here. Exactly what we're looking for here. These are probably fine, right? They generate a little bit of card advantage.
Nothing like the stink of blood and sweat.
Is it a build around or a viewer submission? A little bit of both. The person submitted a list, but they said they weren't married to the exact list, and I probably made like a dozen changes.
There's nothing to fear.
There's a little bit of the downside of being greedy and keeping Vanguard Sergeant over keeping the 3 mana 3/3. I could have had a 3/3 in play here to block this. Now I'm going to take a pretty big hit. I don't think I want a Concussive Palm here. I think I just take 5. And we'll play this post-combat.
For silver I talk, for gold I listen.
Yep.
We swim within the flows of magic.
So the good news is, next turn, one of our units is very likely to die inside of combat, which means Radiant Guardian's going to get to come down as a lifesteal unit.
Go on, then.
is pretty likely to die. They usually have Vile Feast on top of Go Hard. I'm gonna go ahead and just get this trade in ASAP, because I'd much rather trade this for a 2-2 than have them draw a Go Hard next turn and kill it. Although I guess if they drew a Go Hard to kill it, I'd get to slam Radiant Guardian down, which would be nice.
Let's get to it. I protect my own.
Strike, we will reform.
Block here, so that way they have to do something to kill this, and we get to potentially draw a second card next turn. Obviously, I could block here to save 1 extra damage, but I think I'd rather make them have a removal spell up, or potentially get another card out of this. This draws a card every time it strikes. These will ult swap here, so we'll get to slam Radiant Guardian down this turn. Interesting.
What form will the waters take?
That's nice. So this means that I accidentally grabbed the bottom of my Runeterra window and resized it. This means that I have something to do with my mana this turn, which is lovely. I can also just pass, I suppose. I'm gonna pass. They might want to kill this River Shaper, and if they pass, we're only burning 1 more mana than them, and I think that's fine for us. Now we're burning a lot more mana than them. I think I have to do this. Whale, maybe? I don't know if that's a card that their archetype often plays.
Be a killing man.
Gotta go with the flow.
Just have another Go Hard. So at this point, they are ready to tell us to pack our bags, which is real scary. They know what we have in hand. They know we have this. This works out well because I haven't attacked yet, so they played that, and now I get to play Radiant Guardian and get an attack for 4. It's unfortunate that I don't have a single combat here. Would love to be able to make this fight something.
Hold it, partner.
Yeah, gold card's brutal. I don't get to lifesteal this turn.
Let's do this.
Okay, I think I need to just keep my life total high here. They tossed a Ruination. That's good to know about, I guess. Am I just passing? I think I'm just passing. Am I? Yeah, I'm not. I don't have a good attack with this anyways, right? I'm just gonna pass and make some mana here.
You pay. I talk to spirits. These are my rules.
So this actually makes me want to play River Shaper,
Life.
because now River Shaper can attack in profitably to their board. And then I think the play is just open attacks next turn.
A game. Go on then.
Watch the ball.
So Twisted Fate is going to level if they have another salvage here, which is terrifying.
Strike for justice.
They are 17 cards into their deck, so like reasonable chance they have another salvage here. If they have a glimpse to try and level Twisted Fate, we can Will of Iona him in response at least, which is nice. They'll get another Enters play trigger off of him, or a play trigger, but it will at least reset how many cards he's drawn to give us enough time to get Lux down.
What's that you got there?
Getting back up to 12 feels a little bit better.
No!
A gift from the river folk. Waters are still.
It's not terrible.
If I kill you, I know fortunes!
It's pretty hard for them to deck themselves with Pack Your Bags existing now. They just have so many cards that level Twisted Fate here. They gain guaranteed levels if they pass the turn. I think we're supposed to Concerted Strike. No Lux to try and take over the board. Sutters, thank you for the 15 months. I appreciate it. Alright, so Twisted Fate's leveling when they draw their card for the turn.
Now this game's heating up.
The question is, do they have a second? It's not a terrible pickup. This plus Will of Iona, or this plus Concerted Strike, gives us a Lux Spark / Lux level up. This also is good against Go Hard / Pack Your Bags. So if they have fast or burst speed spells, they can make some cards in response here with Twisted Fate. So every turn when they play cards in order, they play blue card, red card, gold card alongside them. So their first 3 cards they play each turn while they have Twisted Fate out get an added effect. I notably chose to strike first with my Radiant Guardian because this will kill this so we get to gain 4. Quack! Thank you for the 5 months. I really appreciate it. Hope you're having a wonderful evening. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around.
Soak it in.
Okay. They could have second Twisted Fate here. This is now one spell could cost away from leveling up. Karma is notably leveled next turn, so like Karma plus Lux next turn could be, you know, GG basically.
I am reborn of salt and brine! Neither the flames nor the depths can claim
I think we'll have this rather stunning play. Now I think I want to stun him here, so that way I get to bank spell mana going into my Karma turn next turn. So this lets me have 13 mana next turn with leveled Karma and leveled Lux in play. No, I have 3 children. I can make that pun. I have a laminated dad guard. All the paperwork is in order. That joke is fine. If my opponent passes here, I think I just take the pass and don't kill their thing to burn their mana. Because they might pass assuming I'm going to kill something on their bench with the final spark, so that way they don't have to choose to overwrite something, and then we just get to burn their play. I am getting better at saying 3. Practice makes perfect. I think I'm gonna let this happen just because I want Karma with 13 mana next turn, or Karma with 7 mana. I could Nopify this, but saving this to protect my champions, like, I'm pretty sure this Nopify is, like, reserved explicitly for a, this Nopify is, like, reserved explicitly for a copy of Pack Your Bags at this point. If we go, like, Karma into 4 Demacia next turn, I am aware that Karma with Karma Spell puts a bunch of Karmas in your deck. That's lovely. What's going on, Lucas? Yeah, I'm thinking I might start mixing up my schedule for the rest of the year.
With the hand they're dealt.
Do some Runeterra mornings, some evenings, some variety mornings, some evenings. So we can technically never deck. Kinda. They can technically kill your Karma. It does not reset it, but it does at least make them have another. Make them have to have another one.
The answer lies within. We'll bring peace to Ionia, whatever the cost.
But you don't always have more if you haven't put more Karmas into your deck, is the thing. So do I 4 Demacia here, or do I Karma's Insight? Karma's Insight lets me hold up Nopify and potentially cast some other great things. Might be right to Karma's Insight. They also can't respond to this, and they can respond to this.
Soak it in.
Is Succession a consideration? Yeah, maybe. I feel like if I'm gonna Succession, I should definitely do this first, though, right? Let's do this first and see what we get. We're doing it, chat! We're doing it! This is the thing. This is what you're looking to accomplish. And again, you can see here the eye tells us, even though this first one kills Twisted Fate, the second one just goes right to their dome. So they take 5 in addition to Twisted Fate dying here. And then, yeah, depending on what they do, we could play Succession, which would get us 2 3/3s and get us another Final Spark, which would let us double blast this.
Who says I don't share? I'll be right back.
Okay, so now we will concussive palm gangplank so I can attack in with Radiant Guardian and not have to worry about her dying.
Explosives.
This is kind of funny. So if I had palmed in response there, I would have gotten a final spark, but I wouldn't have gotten extra bodies because the red card would have killed them. So like the question is, what's better? Was a 3-2 better or was a final spark better? And I think the 3-2 was better. Oh no! Oh no!
Light out.
Yikes. Woof. It definitely wasn't playing around pack your bags there. Huh? Well, I assume they're about to open attacks here. Eric is mostly go hard at this point, right? Probably like a third go hards.
Looks like I'm ready. Bye-bye.
You think we died? Why did we die? We're at 5.
I've whipped up something special.
Go Hard seems miles ahead of the other KD8 cards. It's funny you say that because a lot of people thought Feel the Rush was the good one for a while there. Definitely don't think it's super clean cut and obvious.
Explosives.
Okay, so if I riposte this, this creates exact copies. So I'll get 2 more 7/2s with lifesteal. So we'll get to go back to 20, and they'll have to jump block here a little bit. We need them to not have 2 burn spells, right? Because I have Nopify for the first one. Man.
Okay.
That's unfortunate. Are we dead then? I think we're dead then.
There is assistant.
Just run while you can.
So we go to 15 here. They're attacking for 8, 13. Okay, so we're technically not dead on board. That's exactly lethal. So we need a concussive palm. Need a concussive palm here to not be dead. The C attacks for 8 with his trigger in the keg. It's not gonna do it. That was a close game. I think I foobarred the turn where we let them kill our champions. The turn I played double karma spell was probably wrong. Perhaps could have played the 4 Demacia that turn and been a little bit better off. There were a lot of permutations of spells we could have played the turn we played the Karma spell when we had Karma and Lux out. Definitely an interesting decision point to go back and look at. I guess I keep these for cheap curve purposes. River Shaper might be bad to keep against a Mystic Shot deck, though. That's not terrible. With this draw, we might just be turn 3 Remembrancing. This card's super mediocre against a Mystic Shot deck as well. Five with Tough, please. Or a Dragon Challenger. Scout. Better than Naked Radiant Guardian. Yeah, that could be a sequencing too, Pushy. But perhaps should have killed the Gangplank with the first double spark, and then the single spark I generated after could have killed Twisted Fate very easily. They would have maybe gotten one more Twisted Fate trigger, but that probably wouldn't have been a big deal. It's a good thought. Yeah, it's a good thought too. Before Demacia would have played around Pack Your Bags. Am I into trading this for Draven? I think so. Am I into trading this for this? Probably not. I think we just attack with this and see what they do.
What you do? Draven out? It's Draven time. I taste purple. Yay.
You're always welcome to ask reasonable on-topic questions. Ordogaba, if someone in chat can field them, they will. And things related to the game we're playing currently are always on topic. So I think with this turn from here, we just start by concussive palming this so I can have a blocker. Means I can trade the 3-2 off of this for their 3-2. Runeterra Outlaw, thank you for the brand new follow. I appreciate that. Welcome to Oglandia.
I see every move.
If you're new to the channel, I'm here making Runeterra content 6 to 7 days a week. Do some morning streams and some evening streams. If you can't catch my stuff while it's live, I also have a YouTube channel where I archive everything as well as including highlights of some of my favorite decks each day. This is definitely a Lux turn, right? That's nice.
The sun is shining.
We should too. We should too. Then we can play Valor here, and then next turn Concerted Strike will level Lux to generate us a Final Spark. Wraith MMX, thank you for the Prime support. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine again this month with that. Welcome back. The real question is, do I want to attack in with Lux? Well, now that they pass, I'm gonna end the round to burn their mana. That's a for sure. I'm not sure if I want to attack with Lux into their Draven and potential burn spell stuff anyways to pop my barriers. So I think just getting the resource efficiency is fine. I think we're the control deck in this game, which means as the game goes longer, we're more favored to win than our opponent is. So getting the opportunity to elongate the game there and prevent my opponent from using their mana feels good. Every time we can burn my opponent's mana when we're a parity on board, I think we should take it. Gonna level Lux here with this Concerted Strike, which not only kills this Draven, but will notably take Lux outside of Flock range, because she's gonna go up to 5 total toughness still after the Static Shock when she levels up.
I've been hiding my light too long.
Am I far enough ahead that I can give up this final spark? I'm gonna pass and see what they do. If they want to burn mana again to deny me the final spark, I think I'm okay with that.
Anything else?
I think since they're going wide, I have to make my commitment here. I elected not to block either of their things, so I don't want Lux to die to a Ravenous block. Palm plus Assault notably levels Lux next turn. Or, not levels, but generates another Final Spark next turn, which is nice. We're gonna have 2 spell mana banked. I guess we could actually just do this now, since it's a slow spell. Maybe that's ideal. We're gonna have 8 new mana then next turn. Alright, now I'm gonna go ahead and pass here in case they kill Lux here. And then now the upside to banking spell mana is that if I draw a new Lux, this will count towards that new Lux. Meditation. Get our soft pass here with that. See what they do. That is certainly a card.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
What are you?
I think Radiant Guardian being an extra lifesteal thing's pretty important. Our deck definitely gets behind pretty quickly in these aggressive matchups, so I think having more ways to play to the board is valuable.
I fight for the fallen!
You got it. Yeah, I want to get Radiant Guardian down here. And then I think I go ahead and Blinding Assault here. So that way I can hook the Pharaon to have an attack in with Radiant Guardian on opens. This lets me hold the Rapace as a surprise potentially too here. And getting 2 damage marked on here means that, getting 2 damage marked on here means that I get to, whale poop. Nopeify. Guess we gotta do that now. Wanted to draw Nopeify so we could counter that and have the deny for this other Decimate. Because, like, we're still technically dead to them opening on Decimate now, right? We have to draw, like, another deny or a single combat. I don't know, if I deny plus Rapace, we just get fucked by this, right? Tough to say. I don't know. Like, I think we don't beat the Captain Pharaon without the Riposte. I think we're supposed to just hope to draw one of our single combats or our other deny there, or a draw 2 into those. Like what? We have like a quarter of our deck that plays around that, and then if we have the riposte to beat the Captain Pharaon, we end up in a pretty good spot. Like being aggressive with the riposte means we don't die to the Decimate, but it also means like we probably lose the game to the Captain Pharaon, right? So like the play to win line is keep your card, keep the card in hand that lets us beat the Captain Pharaon and hope to peel it out to the Decimate. Yeah, but like that doesn't like what am I stalling to in my deck at that point though? Like the Pharaon sitting there as an 6 toughness thing. Have to draw like exactly Concerted Strike at that point. So I get like your play is like 2 draws or 3 draws at exactly Concerted Strike versus my play, which is 1 draw at like a dozen different cards. Is like what the math works out to.
Run while you can.
Which honestly, it's probably about the same, right? You have to look at what 3. I'm not sure what the math works out on that off the cuff.
River shape the land and give it life.
Pretty reasonable curve here. We get to go ahead and attack with River Shaper next turn, and then we get to play this off of spell mana. Assuming they block, that is. They did not block. Rude.
Water changes but never breaks.
This is not a big deal with Concussive Palm face up here.
I'll make corpses of them all.
I think there are a lot of decks in Runeterra that are incredibly competitive, and I think Weiheimer is one of them. I would heavily discourage you from, as a player though, assigning arbitrary tier numbers to things when you should be using objective data to measure those types of things. So, for example...
A gift from the river folk.
Champion Vi. The Heimer Vi deck on Mobalytics, for example, with a just under 5,000 match play rate sample size, has a 49.6% win rate. So almost 50% means that it's probably competitive, but as far as like defining it arbitrarily as an S tier, probably not realistic or reasonable.
Sweep them away.
They either block and kill it, and then I get to play Radiant Guardian, or they don't block, they take 2, and then I get to draw a card before we make a decision.
Form will the water
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about Radiant Guardian in general. I feel like spots like this are a good example of why it tends to be kind of awkward. It's just like super telegraphed when you have it. I'm fine with tough ain't bad. Don't decimate me. Best levels Gangplank. I think Runeterra should expand to 3 region combinations. Nah. I think the base 2 region combination that we have now is more than sufficient. We get Valor to guarantee Radiant this turn. That's an interesting thought. Yeah, that might be a little bit better.
Break their legs.
In range. I've got us covered.
Do your worst.
strike, we will reform.
Singleton is a lab format that we've had before. Our 3 region, the Singleton labs are triple region.
Waters are still.
Is Decimate too cheap? Nah, probably not. I think I'd actually prefer if Decimate was like a 4-mana deal 3, but it's also like not really overpowered. I know it feels bad to play against sometimes, but I think in terms of power level, it's probably appropriate. The pirate aggro's win rate overall, if you look at the larger sample size, is like super reasonable. I also think talking about more region combinations, like once Runeterra fleshes out their card pool more, remember the eventual plan is to have 10 regions altogether. So we're going to have more region combinations than we currently have now once we just finish the card pool, essentially. I'll mulligan this here. I'm going to keep River Shaper because it's card advantage. Swaying Twisted Fate tends to be a mid-range / control deck, so a little bit of interaction in case they have Twisted Fate early. River Shaper to draw some cards. Remembrance for a fat friend sounds good to start. A lot of their removal is damage-based, so a good body from this can be very good. He had a few new follows in there. Zufu, Mr. Weinstein, and Evan Zena. Thanks for the follows. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Appreciate you dropping in tonight. I think we're on the turn 3 Remembrance play here. Oh, well, we already have 8. Targon was Region 8. They haven't formally announced what the other 2 regions are going to be yet. I know League of Legends technically has like 13 or 14 regions, I believe. So I don't know which of those exactly we're going to get and which ones we aren't. I think I want to start by killing a 2-power thing here because, well, I guess they're probably on Flock anyways, right? Blocking the 2-power thing is better against Make It Rain. Blocking this is better against Flock. We'll find out for sure which other regions we're going to be getting. I believe it's the February card drop will be the next 80 card drop, which will have a new region in it. And then in August again of next year, we'll have the 10th and final region. We're just going to play a Tasty Tree Folk here and get in there, buffer our life total back up. Don't want to accidentally get Argoned out. Target is 7. No, I'm pretty sure Target's 8, right? Is it 7? 2. No, yeah, it's definitely 8. Looking at the regions here. On my Mobalytics page.
Something for all.
Deathload is. Our opponent's been hurt by discard aggro, chat. So our discard aggro did mean terrible things to our opponent. We start with this, because at this point my life total is low enough that I'd rather River Shaper die than Tasty Tree Folk die. This is gonna die to a Ravenous Block here now. Yeah, there was a in a developer AMA they said 10 regions are currently planned. So 10 is an official number, not a speculative number. It's a decent draw. Twisted Fate's only a 2 out of 8 so far. Ha! Funny. I think I'm gonna lead on Blinding Assault here to see if we can get them to burn removal on Valor. Because otherwise Valor eats Twisted Fate. And then we can play this out post-combat, and then gain life with it with Concerted Strike plus blocking next turn. Yeah, I think this exchange is better for us than that happening to Tasty Tree Folk. Like my life total is a big concern at this point. So like I'm banking 1 mana. Unfortunately, we don't quite have enough for Strike plus Deny or Strike plus Concussive Palm. Ha! It's another elite to make Vanguard Squire cheaper.
By my hand, will Noxus rise. Discipline and steel!
2 turns off, or 3 turns off of Karma leveling. We're only at 7 here. Then the question is, am I concerted striking to kill Swain, or am I concerted striking to kill Twisted Fate? I think Twisted Fate's gotta go at this point, right?
I will hold the line.
We'll make sure we pick this to strike first so we get that life gain in. They don't have any way to kill this on only 1 man, I don't believe. Flock could be their only interaction. This isn't currently damaged. So, boat is a real concern here, but I also don't have anything that can play around that, so I think we're just dropping Karma.
Life, there is hope.
Okay, that means no boat this turn, which is really good for us. Speaking of, there goes a boat. If they pass, I'm definitely passing back. Hopefully they, like, try to damage Karma and then kill her, and then we get to Nopify the kill her and get a trigger at end of turn. Would be a pretty ideal spot. Actually, do I just stop the damage to begin with? I think I just stopped the damage, because they probably have more flocks than actual damage. I'm just going to Nopify this. Drewski Brute, thank you for the sub gifty. I appreciate the support. Good evening. Hey! Playable spells! Yay! Playable spells! God bless, Karma.
Packed him good.
God bless us, everyone.
Ready to do my part.
Happy Friday to you, too.
Something special.
Karma gave us a Stand United. It's always nice when you can look at my hand and not know what card Karma gave us, because you're like, oh, these are all, like, maybe constructed playable cards.
Round or two.
So having to do this, unfortunately, means that I can't Concussive Palm this, but I have plenty of blockers for him, so that's fine. The question is, do either of these kill Karma for 3 mana with 2 powder kegs, which there's a real chance they do.
Witness strength.
This'll send them running. I'll buy us some time.
All or nothing.
Interesting. This is really aggressive. That's a real good one to have, especially with leveled Karma here.
Lies within.
Okay. Remembrance into 4 Demacia here could maybe win this game here.
For silver I talk, for gold I feast it.
I think that's the play, right? Just lag, try and put them under a bunch of abysses here.
Courage, soldier.
Okay.
Prepare excess when victory is at stake.
So like, yeah, get your jump blocks here. Line them up. Line up the chumps. How's it been viewer-wise? We've steadily gone up as the evenings increased. 450 is a good metric. I think we'll probably do some regular evening streams from now on. See how they go consistently. Thanks everybody for dropping in tonight. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I stream full-time here on Twitch with Runeterra being the primary game that I stream. I also do some variety stuff as well, but like half or so of my content's Runeterra. If you're into the feel of the channel, make sure you give us a follow. We play a lot of constructed here with a lot of different decks. Usually play at least 2 to 3 constructed decks every single day. I also have a YouTube channel that has highlights on it as well as everything that I stream in nice, easily digestible formats.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Do they have a way to stun this? They have 3 mana. Wait, so if I do this, we kill them?
Rest. Collect your thoughts.
Nice. This kills a damaged unit, and thanks to our health potion, our Great Thorn Chain Companion is no longer damaged.
We knew it would be so.
Ahmad, thank you for the follow. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Pretty good. We accomplished the thing. To be fair, we didn't have Lux that game, so like, you could maybe argue that that wasn't quite the thing, but kind of. Alright, so... The Deep, huh? Role assessment's pretty important. The question is, like, am I supposed to be the beatdown in this matchup? I have no idea. So, like, am I supposed to be mulliganing for my champions? Or am I supposed to, like, keep this remembrance? I'm gonna keep the remembrance and mulligan the rest. We can do this on 3. It says, we haven't drawn our cheeky Midaswift foot yet tonight. Probably gonna be a decent one in this matchup. So because a majority of the decks that I play on Stream Spirit are viewer submissions, I don't really intend to try and qualify via the ladder, because hitting Masters and maintaining a Masters LP while doing that is basically impossible with the range of things that we play. But I have acquired 3 Prime Glories so far, and plan to play in the Last Chance one. So kinda yes, kinda no. This is the ideal hit, considering we're the beatdown. Could you say my hand qualifies this game as a deep mirror match? Would that be an accurate descriptor of what's going on your screens? They're getting pretty close to the deep here, right? So they're down to, this is 24 cards. And they'll draw plus toss again next turn. So again, both of these had Scout, so I get another attack step here with my Moose. The Moose is loose, chat. I listened to a couple of the KDA songs when the things dropped, and they seemed reasonable. That's not strictly the type of music I'm most into, but I can appreciate good art. And that definitely qualifies as good art. So easy open attacks with my scout here. And then probably drop Lux down before we attack again. Hitting Moose off of Remembrance was very, very fortunate. This game's drastically different if we don't have that card. Rex Clown, Vertex, K Yang. Thanks for the follows. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Opponent going that low on mana seems good for us, although notably they are one card away from deep now. Rather than playing Lux, I should probably play these two, huh? Because these are lethal. This is worse against Vile Feast, but also lets me draw a card, which seems fine. Oh, they're not quite lethal because it's going to gain 2, right? Well, they are lethal if I order this last in combat. Yeah. So we'll attack with all 3 of these, and I'll order these 2 first. They do have Vile Feast, okay.
Water changes, but never breaks. You're in over your head.
Hey, we've got them low, but they're going deep next turn. The hope's gonna be that Lux can help drag us across the finish line here with her laser beams. Them not blocking with this when we have Lux rolled up in hand is really good for us. They are gonna be deep on 7, so like if they have a Maokai here, that could be a real concern. This is gonna turn into a monster here as well right away. Okay, that's 7/7. We are unfortunately 2 turns off of this still. Ever seen that animation before? Yeah, it's kind of funny. Just like the random, what's it called? Has random landmark. Has better animation value than like a lot of other card games. In the tank here, trying to figure out what they want to play. Assume they have a lot of choices in their hand with finally being deep and having 7 resources now.
Everywhere I go, the light follows.
The light follows. So I'm going to have 11 mana this turn, which is 1 short of being able to double Lux. Ooh, that's a good draw. Alright, is that the play? I think that's the play now, right? I guess it could be this. If I Remembrance plus Deep Med this turn, it makes Deep Meds cheaper next turn. But next turn, I probably want a Swiftfoot anyways, right?
Soldiers, me.
I think it's Sergeant into Fort Demacia here. Teo Clutch, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Good evening. Feel like my Lux is about to get vengeance. This could also... This could be Ruination bait, but like also if they Ruinate here, am I that sad? I feel like I'm not. I feel like if they Ruinate me here, I'm okay with that. Could just be Vengeance, but it could also be Ruination. Whale plus Grasp, okay.
Stand strong.
Pushing my limits.
And then with this final spark in hand, I get to attack in here, and whatever they block here, I get to go ahead and final spark through it.
Avenge me. A gift from the river folk.
And both of these died, so this goes down to 2 now, which is pretty good. It's been a tight game so far.
No more holding back.
And then hopefully they play Nautilus, and then we just Swift Foot and like send them back and have good open attacks next turn. Just like, bye Felicia. If they Nautilus, we get to Swift Foot, send them back, and then have open attacks with Deny, which is like pretty incredibly powerful. If they do something other than Nautilus here, we could Dubs Deep Meditation to draw a bunch of cards out of the deck and then Final Spark this, which is also pretty good depending on what they do. So I feel like we've got good plays here regardless of what their sequencing is. My life total's kinda low here. Can I leave the Maokai alone? This also puts them to 6. Oh, that's close. Killing this means Maokai's up to 18 out of 25. Like, they're probably gonna play another cheap unit out here. I've got enough gas in my hand that I can probably kill them through Maokai obliterating most of my deck, which is nice.
By the light.
Hey Jeff, it's 3 a.m. in England. I'm tired. I'm very tired. Enjoy Jeff Bezos' money. I'm going to bed and will probably fail. Sharon, the best piece of advice for getting to sleep is the following. Turn off all of your devices and the lights. Don't try and fall asleep with the internet going on. Thanks for the Prime support. I really appreciate it, Nansono. Thanks for keeping me around. Alright, so do we just do this? So I have an extra attacker next turn. I probably want to open on attacking with this anyways. If I played 2 spells this turn, yeah, I played double Deep Mid, so this is cheap already.
La, 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 la.
I'll pass and see what they do. How many cards do they have left? 7. Blinding Assault here, actually. Because then I can open on scout attacks. Okay, our next down to 4 cards. So much for decking them, yep. I think I can Cussive Palm here. This is going to give me a Final Spark off of her, which lets me kill this and knock them to 3, and this is giving me a 3 power attacker. The problem with leading on Mina Swiftfoot is my opponent's potentially an Extinction deck, so like if I play Mina and send their board back to their hand and they Extinction us, I just lose on the spot. And like with this play, if they Extinction, I get to deny it, which means we kill them. think we want to deny that, right? How do we deal with Nautilus? We just hook it and attack around it. Ruination, not extinction. I don't know why they keep doing that. Ruination was the sweeper in Hex TCG.
We'll see who feasts tonight.
This is lethal, right? That gives me a final spark. So they're dead. They're dead to just sparks here. We blast this, they take 3. We blast this, they take 3. Really, really close game. Yeah, the moose that we hit early off the Remembrance was like really critical to being able to pressure them. Paradise Sal, thank you for the 2.5 years of support. I really appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a wonderful Friday night. I don't know if this deck is amazing, but it's definitely generated a lot of really fun games of Runeterra. Been a lot of really quality back and forth and close decisions to make. We've won some, we've lost some, we've laughed, we've cried. It's been a good set. Stand up for the next little bit, huh? Legs are starting to cramp. Hey, good game, Blade Scheme. Good luck in the rest of your laddering tonight. I was very fortunate to hit the scout as early as I did. I think I definitely keep Succession. This makes us a 3/3 on turn 2. Concussive Palms, decent inside of combat here too. I think I mulligan these looking for cheaper cards on my curve. Lux is something I'll want to see later, but I really don't want in the opener against an aggro deck.
New recruit reporting in.
Huh.
I've got your back.
Alright, so do I play this to trade here? Or do I do this for next turn? I think trade early and often is what I want to do here. Notifies removal for Valor. Yeah, it tags Valor and it tags Relentless Pursuit in this matchup. I think this card's super playable right now. It tags at least something in basically every deck in the format.
Press on.
Evening, Serena Nero. And I think we're just passing here so we can do this next turn.
I'll write my own story.
If they open attack us down to 14, that's like not that big of a deal here. If they don't open attacks, this is pretty good. Huh? I'm going to stun this because then next turn I can Blinding Assault, make a Valor attack, trade it, and then the Valor trading means if this hits Radiant Guardian, I get Radiant Guardian out of it with Lifesteal. So I'll have 5 plus 1 plus this is gonna die, so. Kinda think I wanna kill their scout here. Pretty much all good hits here at this point. Radiant Guardian obviously being the best. That was maybe the worst just because it has the lowest toughness of the set. So my opponent passed back to us there, and while I obviously could have attacked it and used this as a challenger, getting the opportunity to burn their mana there is one I just don't think we can pass up. 2 Deny and an Opify is a little bit much for this matchup. Not super excited about that.
We Demacians are no easy prey. Just like hunting thresher geese.
I elected to wait to play Karma out until after their scout attack here, because I didn't want them to be able to riposte or the elusive pump spell to kill Karma. Play around that if possible, and not blocking here because potential combat tricks could kill Karma here. I think I'm fine trading combat tricks here. Perhaps I should try and trade this here in case they do have the +2/+2. It's a pretty reasonable hit. Playable spells. You know what? Sure. We'll take it. Karma's hitting the gym, chat. She's into it. And now that's 2 spells we played this turn. So we'll get to Deep Meditation.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Ours is the will of Ionia.
I'm gonna continue to play around a pump spell here. I would love to Nopify your rally. So we're unfortunately still 3 turns away from her leveling up. We're only going to have 8 mana next turn. Really hoping... I can attack in with this now, right? Because they don't have mana for combat tricks. Really hoping to draw a Concussive Palm or a Concerted Strike next turn with this. Or for the turn. So that way we can have some control inside of combat. I guess this attack means that this can technically trade here, but I think that's a good exchange for us at this point. Third deny. Yikes. Well, that'll be good next turn if we live to get there.
These forests to the end.
Alright, Concussive Palm, please. Okay, Concerted Strike. Deal.
Scouting ahead.
Are we dead? I think we died. Too many denies on the dance floor, chat. They have a scout attack here. Quinn levels 2, yep.
Victory follows. Fly swiftly, kill swiftly.
Needed to try and last one more turn to get to Armina. Came up a little bit short there at the end. Yeah, you know, it's funny. The unyielding spirit nerf slash change slash whatever you want to call it. That was my first, oh, the people balancing this game really get what's important about balancing card games. It was that like, oh, this is good and they understand it. Because like, Unyielding Spirit at first, for people that didn't play with it when it was that, it wasn't overbearing, it just sucked in terms of the play patterns it generated. And I think one of the things that a lot of other card games failed to do is a lot of other card games tend to be too metric driven in terms of what changes they make to their game, as opposed to being focused on, you know, how does it actually feel to play the game? I know, is this fun is something that's very subjective, but I think the idea of something being fun is important to how you should be balancing your game. Because while there are definitely some things that some people find fun and others don't, there's definitely a subset of things that like a majority of people find tedious and not great. We just let this happen here. These champions are just so much mana at 6.
Engulf them.
Let's open attacks with Riposte and see what they do.
There is no dispute. Understood.
Is this supposed to be a challenge?
It's good against Fiora Shen. You know, I'm not sure. The opponent's archetype isn't super popular, so I actually haven't spent a ton of time playing with or against it.
A gift from the river folk. Water changes but never breaks.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. We have 7 total mana here.
I sense an imbalance.
Currents pull them down.
So we get a little bit in trouble with single combat here. I think this is the play. Notably, we want to order this to strike first, so that way the 2 damage strike breaks the barrier, and the 4 damage strike kills here. Gets the play.
What form will the waters take?
Everything I've worked for.
So they ended up a little bit because of this, technically, but I got their Fiora off the table, so I think that's an okay exchange for us overall.
We can do this.
We'll get to Blinding Assault here, and then Concussive Palm next turn. We'll level Lux. Sure. No reason to attack my barrier into theirs.
I find them unworthy.
We're gonna barrier their Fleet Feather and hook her with that and push some damage. Thanks, Berg. We got a pretty active community on Discord for everything from Runeterra to life in general. A lot of good channels. Uh-oh. Well, that doesn't happen very often. Hope we don't time out. Oh no! Oh no, you saw my terminals, chat. That's very unseemly, I apologize. We'll minimize my terminals. Vanasico, Lexico, and Imasu, thank you for the follows. I appreciate that. Oh no! Runeterra. I think that's the first time I've ever had a full crash like that. In the 5 months I've been playing. Really weird. For it to just dump in the middle of a game like that. Oh no, is it not going to start back up? Fierce Ferrets, thank you for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. Hey, thank you for the 22 months. Service error? Oh no, someone else said they just got kicked out as well. I wonder if they're having... Did we just hit... Uh-oh. I've never had that before. I wonder if they're having some kind of issue on the back end. Let's kick it and try again. MTG mailing in chat, so they got kicked off at the same time. Well, whoops. How we doing, chat? So the new patch is showing up like a virus. Well, that doesn't make sense if... That doesn't make sense why, like, my Windows didn't update or apply updates midstream. So, like, it's weird that, like something with related to a firewall shouldn't, like, kill it midstream. Oh, and now it's forgotten my login? Alright, hold on. Gotta put you on this screen so I can dip into my password manager and pull it up. Huh. Yeah, it's just like straight up not letting me back in. All right. Oh, there it goes. Well, we're definitely not going to be able to make it back into our game now, which is unfortunate. Well, normally I stream till 10 o'clock at least, but I've not dropped any frames. My Twitch chat has not died. My OBS has stayed connected. You said you toggled something in firewalls? I'm pretty sure my thing is, let's click that button and see if it does it. Weird. Huh. Man, the programmer in me is wondering, like, what on God's green earth happened? Yeah, thanks, Oyer. Like, what on God's, like, I could understand if, like, there was a Windows update, or if I, like, just had a client update, but, like, what made it die in the middle of a game while I was connected? That then toggling the firewall, Windows firewall off. Zed Lee Sin. Well then. Concussive Palm is great. These successions are probably slow. We'll remembrance on 3. We're attacking on odds. So good, Mr. Goot. It's kind of funny how much better this card is with just a second point of toughness. Maybe the firewall change didn't do it? Maybe it was a fluke turning it off, letting us back in? That's so strange. I mean, I guess I'm glad I don't have Runeterra on my schedule tomorrow so I could, like, take some time to poke at it and debug it, I guess, but... Huh, I guess maybe we have to be done for the night. Runeterra's like, why are you streaming in the evening, Chef? This is not what you're supposed to stream. Yeah, I straight up turned it off, right? Let me make sure I'm on but network and internet settings. Let's try and get back in one more time here. If it dies one more time, we'll call it a night. If it lets us back in. Well, we're not playing Expeditions, Claire. We're playing Constructed on the ladder. Do y'all still see me in chat? Does chat still see me? Yes, we still see me. Okay, I changed the network setting, and now I changed a network setting, and now my Discord isn't connecting. But my Twitch claim, my OBS is still connected. I'm on screen. Okay. Your Discord and Runeterra both broke? Oh, I wonder if there's some kind of bigger, like, Cloudflare network issue then. Discord status. Yeah, Discord status claims operation. I mean, sometimes these things are regional freelance. I don't know if there's a Runeterra server status page that shows regional stuff, but I mean, like, obviously it's not my internet. So there could be some kind of regional issue preventing me from getting reconnected. Yeah, it's some kind of... Your Discord is down as well. Yeah, I think we're just gonna call it a night. I think there's some kind of connection issue going on. Yeah, there could be some kind of regional routing thing going on. I wonder if there's maybe, here's a question. To the person that said they're having issues, what DNS are you using? Are you using Google DNS? Wonder if that could be the issue. I think I have my DNS settings to Google. Yeah, I wonder if Google's DNS is having a problem. I'm pretty sure I can't change my DNS settings without killing the stream, so I think we're just gonna call it a night. But I wonder if that's it, if Google's DNS servers are having some problems. Where are DNS settings at in Windows again? Is it here? Connection. Connection properties. Yeah, I'm definitely on Google's DNS at the moment. 8.8.8 is Google. Girlfriend is coming to Switch. Sweet. What's a DNS? So a DNS server, as a small technical note, is what your computer uses to translate website URLs to IP addresses, specifically at like the top level. I'm from the future, and I'm here to tell you that DNS still sucks. It's like what at like the very basic level possible. It's like when you type google.com, it's what your web tells your web browser. Google.com takes you to this server with this IP address to get the web page or the content that you're looking for. Weird. All right. Well, sorry to cut the stream short. I appreciate the new follows. We had a few new follows come in. If you enjoyed the stream this evening, please check out my YouTube channel as well. I'm here 6 to 7 nights a week, both in the morning and the evening, for a few hours at a time. I have to split my schedule right now, unfortunately, instead of going straight through, because I have 3 small children at home, 2 of which are remote learning, so I need to be flexible to help them do some schoolwork in the day. I do highlights on my YouTube channel, though. I usually do 15, 20, 25 hours of Runeterra per week, and then 20 to 25 hours of variety content, a lot of single-player story-driven stuff, as well as single-player strategy games for that. All of that's up on my YouTube as well. I'll be back tomorrow night and Sunday night with variety stuff. We're playing Horizon Zero Dawn and Zelda Breath of the Wild on the weekends in the evening, and I'll be back Sunday afternoon with some more Runeterra stuff. We're going to play some best of 3 Pig Bang Gauntlets on Sunday. So thanks, everybody, for dropping in, and stay safe out there wherever you're at. Peace, folks.